Hello everyone, Kingdom Silver here. And if you're like me, you're seeing a lot of silver stacking videos lately with titles like best coins to stack in 2025 or the best silver to stack in 2025. And while these do have some merit, I want to share what I believe all of these videos are getting wrong. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. Let's dive right in. So right off the bat, I just want to clarify that I'm not here to critique or attack any of these channels or content creators that is coming out with these videos. As a husband, as a father of two boys, and someone that has a full-time job with a lot of projects going on, it is incredibly hard to generate content, and I respect anybody that's putting out content. It takes a lot of hours, it takes a lot of effort, and mad love and respect to all those that are doing that. Having said that, over the last week or so, I had seen a lot of videos popping up on my channel from content creators talking about, oh, this is the best silver coins to stack in 2025. And I'm sure if you've seen any of those, you would have seen, these American silver eagles. I'm sure the maple leaves were on there. I'm sure that the Britannias were on there. Maybe some of these other coins up here as well were on those lists. But to me, they're missing a key ingredient. And for me, that key ingredient is they're talking about specific coins to stack. They're not talking about the methodology or the types or categories of coins that you should be stacking. While it's not bad to say, hey, these coins here or these coins there, you should consider. I do that on my channel as well. I think we need to be careful in suggesting, hey, stack this type of coin or that type of coin. Just based on the coin alone. I think you need to know the factors behind it, right? And my goal on this channel is to teach you how to fish, not catch the fish yourself. So I have 3 different categories that I'm going to talk about today. In the comments, I'm sure you've got some categories and different methodology on how you stack. I'd love to hear about it. Please, let's interact. Let's help each other in our stacking journey. I'm just talking about 3 today. So the first category of coins I want to talk about is utility. And this could be a lot of different thought processes behind that. But for me, that's a coin that I can use in a lot of different ways. For me, I should say any type of silver that I can use in a lot of different ways. For me, lately, that's been coins, because a lot of the laws in the US that are starting to become pro silver and gold as money involve government issued coins. So for me, anything that is a government issued coin is going to be more valuable than just a bar of silver, because that's going to allow me to pay off debts, private or public, in a lot of these states. And on top of that, things that have fractional value, right? That if I'm ever in a bartering situation that I could use, those are going to have utility that I'm going to want. So a great example for me in this situation, and let me make some room here on the screen, is these that I picked up recently. These are junk silver. These are American Walking Liberty $50. And these are actually the first bulk purchase I have of Walking Liberty $50. And I love the design of these. I love the history of these. My grandfather actually gave me one that's in a little bit better shape than I've just had in my more numismatic side. But I love these. I love the history. I love the design. And as we're going to talk about later, I got these at spot. Now, I want to head off on a comment that may come. Several people have been like, well, these are at spot and they're worn, and so you're probably not getting the full, ounceage of silver that they're saying. Yes, I would agree with that. That is true. And there's a great video that Silver Seeker did on that, where he weighed out I think it was $1,000 face value bag of silver and actually weighed the silver in it, and you were getting less. However, several people said, I'm only going to buy it if they're only selling it by weight. Well, that's great. And if you've got a place that will let you, purchase silver like that, fantastic. God bless you. Do it. But for most of us, the majority of us, it's not going to happen. You're going to get it sold on the ounce level at spot. You're just not going to get it any other way. So for me, even if I am getting a little bit less ounceage, it's worth it. The next thing we're going to cover, and we broached it a little bit, this topic, is spot. And for me, spot is king. I'm always going to be looking for silver at the lowest, or gold for that matter, at the lowest premiums possible. Now, if they're coins that are significantly damaged or cold, that's a whole different thing. But in general, if the silver is roughly the same quality, I'm going, or in this case, junk silver, I'm going to want to get something that has the lowest premium. So an example of this for me, and coins that often people don't talk about, are these 1.25 ounce rose crown guineas. And actually, I believe, apologies, YouTuber, if I get your name wrong, but I believe his name is Cygnus Dent. I believe I'm saying that right. He wanted me to show the King Charles version of this rose crown guinea, which I recently picked up, and compare that to the Queen Elizabeth. And to me, let me see if I can get them both on the screen. There's just no comparison. Queen Elizabeth all day long. But in the comments, please vote. Are you on Queen Elizabeth's team? Are you Team Elizabeth, or are you Team Charles, right? Which one makes more sense? But for me, this is an example of a coin that I don't feel like a lot of people talk about, especially a lot of stackers, but I've been able to find these at really low deals. In fact, as of the recording of this video today, which is it's Friday, there is actually a deal on SD Bullion that you can pick up any type of 1.25 ounce coin at, I think it's 99 cents over spot. So to me, you can get some of these coins at low premiums, and I really love the look of them. Why wouldn't I do that, right? So I really struggle with why people don't talk about these more, but that's beside the point. The third topic we're going to be talking about is resale value. And this is where the American Silver Eagle and some of the coins that you may be more familiar with come into play for me. To me, if I'm looking at just resale value, I think honestly it's going to be the junk silver, and it's going to be the American Silver Eagle. Now, why do I say that? Well, as I've mentioned before, and I mentioned earlier in this video, premiums just went absolutely bonkers on American silver in 2021, 2022. We have that precedent that when a silver shortage happens, people in the US are flocking to what they know, and they know American Silver Eagles and they know junk silver. So in both cases, I may want a little more American silver. And this was actually in my goals for this year. I was looking to pick up some of the American silver. I was looking to pick up some of the more known coins, because I knew that in times where premiums go crazy and there's a lot of uncertainty, people go to what they know. And so to me, this is where the Eagle does come into play. And right now, premiums on Eagles are pretty low. I saw one recently, I think it was $349 over spot for an American Silver Eagle, and I think that might have been any quantity pricing too. So the premiums are low. A couple months back, I picked up a bunch of these at $299 over spot and completed my first tube. I would have not, especially looking back 2022, I would have told you that never would have happened. But circumstances change, and just looking at the potential of the resale value for these, I was like, hey, I got to go with an American Silver Eagle. So that's my criteria on silver. And gold for that matter, as far as what I think you should be focusing on. But in the comments, please let me know, is there any criteria that you would have chosen to say, hey, this is the reason why I stack? I would love to hear more about it in the comments. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, be blessed, be a blessing to others. We'll see you later.